did my review on Line 'Em Up, I was remiss to not mention Dan Enright's involvement in that show. And that was a big mistake on my part, and I apologize for that. Because that was all part of a big moment in TV history, especially in the game show genre. So back in the 50s, we got hit with the game show scandals, and it rocked not only game shows, but television as a whole. Jack Berry and Dan Enright Productions, for the most part, were found to have fixed most of the game shows that they did. So it got both of them pretty much blacklisted from television, and rightfully so. So they went their separate ways. Jack Berry ended up buying a small radio station in the LA area and slowly found his way back into television, having rebuilt his credibility. Dan Enright basically pulled a draft dodger-like move, fled to Canada, and produced a number of low-budget shows up here. And reason I bring that up is because this month on Game Show Canada, we're going to be talking about one of those shows that Enright produced here in Canada. And that show was the short-lived All About Faces.
All About Faces was a short-lived hidden camera game show recorded at the CFTO TV studios in Toronto, produced by Screen Gems. Specifically, Dan Enright is the producer. The host of the show is American singer and actor Richard Hayes, and the show aired in weekly syndication from August of 1971 to September of 1972. Richard Hayes does an alright job as host, but there really wasn't much for him to do here. The game is a pretty simple one. Two celebrity couples play. The game is all based around candid camera-esque hidden camera pranks that the show's resident actors play on unsuspecting people. To begin the game, each couple is given $50, and there are 4 clips, during which each couple is asked to predict how the unsuspecting person is going to react. After viewing a portion of the clip, the couple discusses it and decides how much they wish to bet, from $10 up to their entire bankroll. Such pranks may include whether or not the unsuspecting restaurant customer will ask for ketchup, even though they just saw the chef have a meltdown with another customer who did the same thing, or if they'll comply with a rude OCD waitress's request for them to wash their hands. On the 4th clip, each couple bets in secret, and the couple with the highest score at the end of the game wins the game, and the combined score from both couples gets donated to a charity of the winner's choice. If both couples tie, then both charities each get the money. Certainly a harmless game, but there's not really much to write home about. The pranks are relatively mild and kind of dull. The celebrities don't often seem all that interested. The prize money is low, and the set and even the quality of the video in the clips just felt really cheap. Furthermore, how many times have TV producers tried to rip off Candid Camera, and it just never worked? Anything for Money aired in 1985 and got the axe after a legal battle over who owned the rights. Hold Everything came around in 1990 and flopped, also after having the added baggage of one of the worst hosts in game show history in Pat Bullard. Clearly, this type of game just wasn't meant to work, and as a result, it only had a very short run.
Around the time All About Faces was cancelled, Dan Enright's old business partner Jack Berry found his way back onto television with the launch of The Joker's Wild, which became a monster hit. And although the show was originally billed as a Jack Berry production, Enright eventually rejoined with his partner and reformed Berry and Enright Productions. After Jack Berry's sudden death in 1984, Dan Enright continued to run the company. But because of creative differences, several key staff members ended up leaving the company, most notably Richard Klein and Ron Greenberg. The 90s proved to be unkind to Dan Enright after numerous unsuccessful shows, including attempted revivals of Tic-Tac-Toe and The Joker's Wild in 1990. In 1992, Enright partnered, both professionally and romantically, with former Wheel of Fortune hostess Susan Stafford, and the company was renamed Stafford Enright Productions. The arrangement was short-lived, however, because Enright passed away on May 22nd of that year after losing a battle with cancer. Now the pre-scandal library is owned by NBC, and the post-scandal library is owned by Sony, with a few exceptions. It's actually very complicated, so I suggest checking out the Wikipedia page on Barry Enright Productions for more information. Also, after All About Faces, Richard Hayes went back to radio, bouncing around from station to station until he retired in 1990. Hayes unfortunately passed away on March 10th, 2014, at the age of 84 after battling a lung illness. So that's going to wrap things up for this edition of the Game Show Canada, and I will see you next month. On behalf of all of us at Game Show Gumbo, this is Mark Power saying long may your big jib draw.
Become a Patreon backer at www.patreon.com/GameShowGumbo or check out our website www.GameShowGumbo.com. This has been an Impressive production.